Mr. Ambassador, it's a great honor to have you with us today.
Thank
So
you.
the Davos 2024 will convene on January 15th in Switzerland, and Chinese Premier Li Qiang is going to attend and to make an official visit to Switzerland. How do you expect from this visit and its impact on bilateral ties?
Well, it's his first visit to a foreign country this year, and I think it's the first time that he's going to Davos as a premier, and so it's certainly an important trip. And when I look at relations between Switzerland and China, it falls very well, because we had quite a long phase where we did not have such intense visiting relations, and now we had a build-up here since China has opened again, and now comes this big visit, which is topping what we had in the past 3-4 years. And I think it's a very good moment to really get those relations lively and active again.
So how would you assess the relationship between China and Switzerland and areas of mutual cooperation and partnerships?
The first thing I would like to mention is that Sino-Swiss relations really date way back. And they're based on a sort of a trust in the sense that Switzerland was one of the first Western countries to establish diplomatic relations with China. But then also the first joint venture with a Western company was with a Swiss company, or the first free trade agreement with a Western European country was with Switzerland. And all that shows that the partnership between Switzerland and China is really something which is a pioneering partnership. And I think with the free trade agreement that we have made to enter into force, and which was very beneficial to both sides, we have led a ground to now develop relations even further. We have more than 700 Swiss companies here in China. They're very innovative companies, and they benefit a lot from the very qualified and very motivated Chinese workforce, and they give a lot in bringing in Swiss innovations into the Chinese manufacturing, the Chinese pharmaceutics, and so on. And this is really a success story where you can see that both economies correlate and help each other. And in other fields, like finance or foreign affairs, we have a lively dialogue, and I think it's a good moment to make a plan for the future.
What areas hold further potential, do you think, especially in the economic cooperation between the two sides? We know that this year marks the 10th anniversary of the free trade agreement. What is your expectation of the further progress?
First, it's the free trade agreement which has been setting the framework for the past 10 years. And Switzerland is a very open country economy-wise. So the proof is that from the 1st of January this year, there are no more duties on industrial imports coming into Switzerland. So we are really opening our country to the world. And I believe that China also wants to go this way, and so we can exchange experiences. Second, the free trade agreement is very useful to both economies. We have been growing our trade by more than 70% since we have it, but it's not fully used yet. Not everybody, not all the companies know it yet. So we can still make the free trade agreement an agreement which is more accessible to all the countries and more beneficial to all of us. And the third is that we can develop paths on what in a future version of the free trade agreement should be the points of concerns, the points to be addressed. And that, I think, is the roadmap for these talks. And after the talks, we will see exactly where we stand.
At the Davos Forum, Switzerland is going to provide a platform to build trust among a wide array of leaders from around the world. What do you think about the urgency of building trust in a fractured world today, and how can China contribute to building a more interconnected and collaborative world order?
A fractured world. That's the topic of the World Economic Forum, and you mentioned it. The first thing I have to say is that it is the 54th Davos Forum. And the Davos Forum is actually a private forum. So it is a World Economic Forum which is organized in Switzerland and in which almost the entire Swiss government participates. We find it so important. Many state leaders participate, among them Chinese Premier Li Qiang, and many industry leaders, but also NGOs, university presidents, and so on are there. So we really have a dialogue among all the stakeholders which are contributing to the development of our planet. And the topics which are being addressed are the key topics. What we need is peace, what we need is sustainability, and what we need is well-being for everybody. And well-being for everybody comprises how do we master new technologies, among them artificial intelligence, and that is also one of the key topics of the forum.